Hey, what's up? I'm Rollercoaster Rider,
Hi, I'm Kay.
and as I think it's an obligation for all movie reviewers that we have to review a video game movie.
Uh,
And we kind
woohoo!
of did review Assassin's Creed. This movie, I thought, was a little better than Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
but that's not saying a whole lot. That's like saying this movie has a,
Why don't we tell them what the movie is?
well, it'll say fresh from my library, and
I
then
know, but still,
okay, we're reviewing Super Mario Brothers with Mario and Luigi, which right off
we're very wacky plumbers.
yeah, spoiler alert, I've never played this game. Um,
It's a little different. It's prequel to the game.
I guess. All I know about this is that, or all I knew about Super Mario Brothers was that they do that boom, 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 kind of jumping thing. They apparently jump on mushrooms. They're plumbers. One wears red and blue, the other wears green and blue. They're Italian. They're short. They have
But they
mustaches.
didn't get those costumes until they went into the underworld
Yeah. What else?
or the hidden world or
That's
whatever they
that's
call it.
about all I know about this.
You
Or
watched the
no, I
movie.
mean all I know about the video games.
Yeah.
So, it kind of starts off 65 million years ago, so it's really weird because this movie, I feel like it ripped off several movies, but those movies came after this movie came out. Like Jurassic Park, The Mummy,
Mm.
um, I don't know, Blade Runner, you know, uh, Total Recall a little bit.
With the facials.
No, I was gonna say Total Recall because of the weird world that they go into, the other dimension.
Oh, okay. So anyway, they start out as plumbers,
Yeah, and
and
apparently not very good. Or well,
they're good. But
John Leguizamo. Or no, wait. Oh,
this other company of brothers,
wait, you're forgetting something. The movie starts off as kind of like a Jurassic Park like experience where they talk about like 65 million years ago, dinosaurs ruled the world. But what if the meteor didn't kill them? And then there's this egg that is dropped off at this orphanage.
no, it was were the nuns.
Boarding school? No, not boarding
No,
school.
like a church.
And apparently a baby gets cracked out of the egg, so I don't know if they necessarily did the research on the difference between mammals and reptiles, but whatever.
Well, because she crossed over into the mammal world.
Oh yeah. Um and then this she then grows up to be the girl that every guy seems to be attracted to because she's the
Main character.
I was gonna say she's the only girl in this movie, but that's not entirely true. She's one of only like what, three?
No, remember the Brooklyn girls or the New York girls that were getting kidnapped or whatever? There were at least five
Okay.
in there.
Oh yeah, okay.
So anyway, she is at this site excavating dinosaur bones.
And yeah, John Leguizamo sees her and is like, uh, cute. You're really nice. Here, I'm talking to someone on the phone, but here you can have it. Even though they're still talking.
Right,
So
and
she hangs up.
and it was a job for them at a
Yeah,
hotel.
and
We
then
have a flood.
when they're talking, when they previously mentioned that they're like 3 months behind rent, she's just looking around for a coin. So John Leguizamo gives her a quarter. So he's kind of
Broke.
uh love blinded or something, or blind loved, one of those things. It's where you have a crush on it's where you find someone so cute that you're just an idiot.
That you can't talk sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's brought up that she's adopted, or she's an orphan, and John Leguizamo says, "Hey, I'm an orphan too." Um, and then it talks about how she has like this crystal around her neck,
Mm-hmm.
which all she knows is that she's had it since birth. You're gonna need to help me here because I don't exactly know what happened.
Which
Uh,
one?
how did they get into the cave area?
Well, they went for the excavating.
I think it's excavating.
Excavating. She wanted to show Luigi what she was working on. And then the Scarlatti brothers or whatever, the other plumbers that seemed to get
Basi-
all the jobs,
Basically,
were
yeah,
trying to flood him out.
basically Italian brothers with the Italian winner of a Rob Schneider look-alike contest. That's all I thought of. It was like if this movie was made like maybe 5 years later, that would have been played by Rob Schneider.
Probably. So anyway, Luigi and the princess, they run and get Mario.
Oh yeah, Princess Daisy.
Yes. They run and get Mario. They turn off the water.
And all I could think of whenever they said her name is just a dollop of Daisy. It's like it's some sour cream commercial.
I know. So then
I'm not monetized. I don't care.
So then the two guys that keep messing up and kidnapping the princess.
Which, if you don't mind me interrupting again, in addition to that feeling like the knockoff Rob Schneider, that they also felt like 2 out of the Three Stooges.
Right. Oh my God.
Like I was waiting for the leader played by Dennis Hopper, who, I don't know, he kind of reminded me of Mike Myers / Dr. Evil.
Well, wasn't he like their cousin or something?
I don't know, I thought he was the bad guy. He was King Koopa.
I know, but they were the Koopa brothers or Koopa cousins, remember at the end?
Yeah.
We won't get into that yet.
Yeah, this movie has a post-credit stinger, so they beat Marvel to the punch, but yeah, I was expecting them to say, "Are you the guys to look for? Well, suddenly, sir. Get to work, you mugs. Quiet, you." That's all I could think of, like, they were Three Stooge knockoffs.
So anyway, Dennis Hopper's character,
King
Koopa, wants the crystal to put back in the
rock.
the meteorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wants the rock to put into the meteorite. It was the one piece that was missing. So
they kidnapped the princess, which, okay, points for following the video game, I guess. I'm assuming that's how the video game is, because that's how most games are.
right, and so anyway,
So then that's where they kind of, you feel like they're ripping off the Mummy, even though the Mummy came out afterwards, where she's like saying, "Help me, help me," and her face is like going through the sand, and it's like CG
but it
or
was
something.
solid. Yeah, it was solid rock, but with
It looked like it was solid
with
rock.
the rock or the crystal, she was able to go through back and forth,
No, that wasn't it.
and that's when Luigi pulled the rock off of her neck.
Yeah, but when spoiler alert. This is in the first 10-20 minutes. This isn't a spoiler. He goes through the rock, and then his brother, Mario,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't have the necklace, and he just goes through as well.
Right.
But you said that the necklace...
But his brother had the necklace, and all he had to do was have the necklace in the vicinity or shine it at the wall, and then the wall became like sand.
And then they go to Dino Hatton. Spoiler alert, it's a ripoff of Manhattan, basically.
Right, so it's a hidden world.
Complete with the nice folks that you'd meet in Manhattan in the 80s.
So all these reptiles and all these policemen goons and yeah.
Yeah, and how they get they have the necklace, but they lose it because
this old lady,
she says, "Are you guys lost? You shouldn't be. Are you
are you armed?"
No. Good.
So then she like tasers them. She grabs the necklace.
No, then this black lady?
Yeah, but the old lady got the necklace first.
Yeah, but then
and then the black lady took it and flung her.
the
And then she had these bouncy shoes.
No, she didn't have bouncy shoes. She had like jetpack shoes almost.
Well, yeah. But she bounced too, remember?
And I'm gonna be a jerk right now. The black lady, she took vitamins. She was healthy.
She reminded me of the lady from SNL.
Oh. Leslie Jones? Huh. Okay.
Maybe not. I don't know.
So then, they're trying to figure out like what's going on, like where's the princess. They end up kind of getting arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get
because Kumba or whatever his name, Koopa was looking for the plumbers.
Mm-hmm. I thought this was before that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, yeah. And then they kind of get put into like chicken coop prisons.
Yeah, stacked on top of each other.
Mm-hmm. Basically, if you've ever been to like a pet shop, or no, an animal rescue place, like how they have the cages stacked on top of each other, kind of like that. Oh, by the way, they also meet a hippie.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of. They meet a hippie.
Who liked playing music, and he was getting arrested because he was playing music on the corner while they were getting arrested.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go... I don't exactly know what happens, but they end up going... Or they end up being shown, like, what happens about, King Koopa's way to, like, evolve or devolve people.
Right. So if you evolve them, you make their brain bigger and smarter.
Mm-hmm.
If you devolve them, you turn them back into lizards or reptiles.
Yeah, you make them reptilian.
Yeah.
And with this one, it was a case of, like, regular human body, tiny lizard head, which was kind of creepy.
Regular human body? Those
Yeah,
bodies
it didn't affect the body, but it affected the heads.
Goompas.
Koopas.
Koopas or Goompas?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Then, fine. What happens then?
Well, they have to find Daisy.
Yeah, isn't there like a car chase that happens at this point?
Well, they steal a police car.
Oh yeah, they steal a police car, and better chase than Die Hard 5 or Transformers 5.
Yeah.
And
but he told him to take the Parkway, and Mario was driving this time, and he took the
overhead?
I don't know. They ended up in the tunnel that wasn't completed to the desert.
I've been in that situation where I've been like, no, we're supposed to take this route. We're supposed to go this route. I'm like, I hate you. Anyway, and that's when they realize that the, what is it, mushroom algae?
Yeah.
It saves them.
Yeah, because the tunnel was the tunnel to nowhere, and they ended up out in the desert, and yeah, this algae, this stretchy stuff, saves them.
And not, mucus boogers, or whatever his term was. That was John Leguizamo that said it, and being that he's voiced Sid and he did Walking with Dinosaurs, I'm willing to bet you he wrote that joke.
Maybe. So after they were in the desert, then the two cousins, Kumba's cousins or whatever, when he had made them
the two
smart,
stooges, basically.
Yeah, the two goons that were like very easily outsmarted, outwitted. Mm-hmm. So they got sent to the desert to try and get the two plumbers back. So then they make a deal. They didn't have the stone or the crystal or the rock or whatever you want to call it, but they knew where it was. And so they're like, okay, if you get that rock, we will take you to where Daisy is.
Should we mention about Daisy, like how she's been essentially like Well, yeah,
she was stuck in the tower.
With a dinosaur.
Yeah, with a pet dinosaur.
That she,
It was the royalty dinosaur, or royalty pet.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, what else? Is that the point where she finds out who her father is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, should we say it?
Well, her father was turned into, like, mush, actually.
I thought it was that algae thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he used to sit in the chair, the crown, or the what do you want to call it?
The throne?
The throne.
His skeleton was still there.
And they just turned him into mush.
At that point, stuff happens. Like, they jump on stuff, they jump on mushrooms, they apparently fly.
Well, they're still trying to save Daisy.
Mm-hmm. Hijinks ensue. I think at this point, about an hour and 20 minutes in, we're starting to, like, both, like, zone out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But they were still going. They finally catch up with Daisy. And then Daisy tells Mario about his girlfriend. And she's in the one room. But the hippie guy, they gave him at least a harmonica. They took away his guitar, but they gave him a harmonica.
Harmonica, not harmonica.
And when she was in the tower with the dinosaur, like, prisoner, he came to bring her food. And then she wanted something vegetarian, and he went back to get her vegetarian. It looked like carrots,
at that point,
cauliflower.
Yeah, at that point,
he started helping them.
The evil queen lady. Do you even know if they gave her name?
I don't remember.
One of Koopa. Was she related to Koopa, or
No,
was she like married or girlfriend?
Like a girlfriend.
Anyway, Koopa's female Koopa, tries to, like, what?
Accomplice.
Tries to, like, get her with a knife or something.
That was the stone.
No, but then the dinosaur, like, attacked her.
Right, she stuck that in the dinosaur.
Yeah. Pretty painful.
Because he was chewing on her legs.
Mm-hmm. To save the princess.
Yep.
And then the princess later on does take that stone out of the dinosaur. And then they get morphed or transformed into the real world later on.
Well, not yet. She said that she has to fix the underworld before she can go to the real world.
I was talking about Mario and Koopa. Where they were like, where he said, I have the stone, and then they were like dematerializing.
Oh. He was faking him out when actually his female accomplice had the stone.
Monkey! Which is apparently like a really funny line in the movie, I guess. Oh yeah, there was a thing where King Koopa turns one of Mario's, like, business people into a monkey. So basically a chimp wearing a suit and smiling, and okay, that was a few second YouTube clip that was pretty kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
And then can we just I don't want to exactly say what happens at the very end. No, before the credits, but they sequel bait it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, it's not going to get a sequel. The movie came out like 25 years ago, and it bombed.
You never know these days.
I don't know. Has there ever been a sequel to a movie that bombed? Like 25 years later?
I don't know. But once they run out of ideas... Hey.
Yeah, it's rumored they're going to reboot it. You know what? Reboot Buckaroo Banzai while they're at it.
But anyway.
Yeah, anyway, that's kind of our review of the movie. What did you think of it? You know, the parts where you were staying awake for.
It kept you interested in the beginning. Then the middle was okay, but then it kind of got...
The joke kind of wore out its welcome, especially towards the end.
Yeah, it kind of got boring.
It's not a long movie, but it felt like it was much longer than it was.
But then, you know, how they baited you for possibly a sequel. You know, that, yeah,
It's not getting the sequel.
I know, that's what you told me.
It's over 25 years.
Okay.
John Leguizamo's doing Scrat movies. Or, no, doing Sid and more Ice Age stupid films. Was there a funny line to you?
Well, what was funny is when Luigi tried to, like, shake her dad's hand or body. Oh, when he got the Koompas or Goombas or whatever
Koopas. King Koopa.
dancing in the elevator. That was kind of funny.
I was hoping that it wasn't that funny, but I thought it could have been funny when the brothers, or when those two stooges were suddenly made into geniuses. I was hoping that would lead into them just saying, like, smart things.
They did for a little bit.
But then, you know, kind of, it apparently wore off, I guess. Did you like the movie?
It was so-so. I would not pay to rent it.
I wouldn't. Being that I've already seen it, I really don't feel the need to see it again. It's not like Scott Pilgrim or Pitch Perfect or Avengers or
But you got to remember the
or,
effects.
or 2012.
The effects are 25 years ago.
Oh yeah, one thing I will say, the dinosaur effects I thought looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought that the sand thing at the beginning where the princess is like putting her body through it and it's still sand. I thought that effect was pretty good, especially since it's like 25 years or more old.
Right.
Came out in 86 actually, so it's more like 30 years old. Is there anything else you want to say about this movie?
I guess if we would have saw it 25 years ago, it might have made...
I wouldn't have been born yet.
Oh. 25 years? Okay.
No, it was over 30 years. Came out in 86.
But if we would have saw it 25 years ago...
30!
We didn't have to see it when it came out.
Okay, on VHS.
Maybe it would have made a difference.
Maybe...
Because we're too used to everything just being technical and everything. So
I don't think the effects...
I mean, the underworld effects were, I thought...
To me, the effects weren't the problem. The problem was it wasn't that... It wasn't that fast-paced. It wasn't that, funny. And Dennis Hopper as King Koopa can only take the movie so far.
Yep.
With this over-the-top germophobic character.
Yep, bad boy.
Part of me thinks that maybe if we had played Super Mario Brothers, maybe we would understand the movie a little bit better, but I can't imagine it's that faithful to Mario Brothers.
I don't
So
know.
maybe that would make us.
They tried to make him look like that.
So maybe that would make us more upset. I don't know.
I remember playing Pac-Man. I don't remember playing Super Mario.
That's gonna come next, probably.
Okay.
Anyway, anything else you want to say, or should we wrap it up?
Wrap it up.
Okay, that's our final words. Join us next time when, you know what? I think it's time that I think it's time I should see a movie about the life of a cat.
Okay.
Or a reincarnation as a cat.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that movie. Okay,
Very
bye.
interesting. Bye-bye.